Welcome back, everyone, for my Korean adventure. This is Busan Part 2, and I am starting off day 2 in Busan by hitting up the Igidae Peninsula Coastal Trail. This was definitely one of the major, if not my most favorite, highlight from Busan. As I mentioned in yesterday's video, or the last one, the trail system is really nice. I'm used to very rugged trails on the east and west coast of the US, and this had some of that, but overall these boardwalks were just fantastic, and there were great views almost the entire time. Now, there was part of the trail or boardwalk that was closed. Maybe there's some repairs needed to be done, so I did have to hike all the way up and then back down after taking a little detour. And there were parts of the hike where it was a little confusing, not knowing if I was going the right way, but headed towards the point of the peninsula, and in the end was able to get there. So there's the other side of the closed half of the trail. There's lots of stairs. I do a decent amount of hiking myself, and even for me, this hike will make you sweat. A lot of stairs going up and down. However, sometimes you see Koreans wearing sweaters and jeans. I have no idea how the heck they do it. The stairs here are no joke. And here is the grand view of the point. As you make it out towards the point of the Igidae Peninsula, you see these cool islands. And there are buses to get all the way out there if you want to avoid the hike. But for me, it's more rewarding. And it's one of those cool, surreal hike experiences where as you get to the finish line, you run into a bunch of tourists, and there's about a 5% part of you that just sort of quietly judges everyone because you know you earned this view, and it was really rewarding. Now, there is this section where you can walk out onto the point and get some great pictures. They do have you put some little sleeves on your shoes in order to keep the glass nice and clean, but great views all around. Again, I just absolutely love this part of the trip, and here I am just soaking up the views. This is a really cool way to start my day. This took about half the day, I'd say. So if you're going to take the bus, and I needed to take the subway and a couple buses, did some transferring. It took about an hour from Hyundai, but overall it's pretty cool. And then we had some nice music to finish up before I found the bus and got back to my hostel and got some lunch and did things like that. So yeah, overall, nice way to start day 2. Only did 2 days in Busan, and this was definitely one of those things. If you ever make it down to Busan, I would not miss doing the Igidae Peninsula hike. So after that, here's some of the lunch I got, and it was just fantastic. Couldn't tell you what it was, but it was kind of a Middle East type of restaurant. And later, I went to the Bay 101, got myself some soju and beer, some delicious noodles and soup. And as it was nighttime, as I'm closing out Busan, walked around the bay by the Bay 101, which is a really cool spot for views. And if you're looking to rent a boat, one of those sailboats where it's all lit up, launch some fireworks, see a drone show, this is a spot where you go to do it. There is a fish and chips place over here as well, a bunch of other restaurants adjacent. But I just absolutely love the views in this part of Busan. Really cool seeing all the buildings lit up. It's just something I love about Asia in general, whether it's Japan or Korea, even Vietnam to an extent. And on the way back, I stopped short of Hyundai, and walking on Hyundai Beach, I didn't know this, but there's just all these singers, all these artists setting up their own station, trying to sell you their CDs or music, get you going to their TikTok, their YouTube channels. And it was really cool. There's about half a dozen of these people, pretty evenly spread out. And so it would just take about 20 minutes-ish and sit down and just listen to some of these local Korean artists. And so, overall, again, Busan, worth the detour. I definitely like going to kind of the second and third tier types of cities and towns wherever I travel. Try to get some more of that local vibe. And this is just one of those nice surprises that I got to enjoy later on. And the other thing is after this part of my trip, I was going to start heading back north again. Next day, I'm going to Suwon. Suwon is southwest of Seoul. Gonna see some people I know here from the States and see some old castles and stuff and finish out my trip in Korea. So overall, Korea was a fantastic trip. It was perfect for a spring break length type of vacation. So if you have a week to 10 days, I think you can do a lot of stuff in Korea. Here's some local dancer really enjoying the music. He was getting into it. And yeah, just had a fantastic time overall. And again, it was cool to just watch some of these local artists, listen to them, kind of let my mind go and just enjoy the moment. And then I finished up by hitting up one of the late night streets where there's a bunch of vendors. So thank you all so much for watching. This does it for Busan, and I'll see you in the next and last video for Suwon, closing out the Korea trip. Take care.